hydrating.
Yeah.
It's funny she said that because just a couple minutes ago we had some people here that had more than just water, Sheree, and that's what you're here to talk about.
That's exactly why I'm here, Lou. Yeah, you need me now.
Yeah, sometimes you find yourself getting a little parched. I don't know. What do you think about? It seems like as a nation we have this obsession with constantly dumping water down our throats, and maybe it's gone a little too far. But you're saying there are some healthy ways to do this, and maybe some better ways to do this.
Absolutely. And Jason, the thing about it is that it's important to stay hydrated for a variety of reasons, and we lose track of that. We talk about, oh, drink water, but let's talk for just a second about why that is. All of our body functions are dependent upon water to operate. But there's other things beyond that too. Some things that might, if that doesn't appeal to you, if it doesn't matter enough that you've got to have some mental acuity because you're hydrated, maybe your muscles work a little bit better. Wrinkles. If you think about it, dry skin, wrinkles a lot easier. So even from a cosmetic standpoint, if that's the only reason that we're drinking more hydration, let's go for it.
Then do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, when I want to hydrate, sometimes I'll go to my convenience store and I'll see healthy things like this. This one says Life Water and this one says Vitamin Water. So those must be pretty good for you.
Well, that's why I brought these, and the reason I put them in my little cart is because I want to make sure that I don't ever catch you with these in your shopping cart. Okay, and here's the reason why. You remember that we've got to be concerned about how many ingredients are on a label.
Right.
And anytime you see a whole big old list of ingredients, you're in a world of hurt. In this case, this is supposed to be something that's a fluid that's rehydrating you. This list of ingredients is pretty darn long. And it's pretty darn scary when you get right down to it.
I don't know what could possibly be wrong with xanthan gum or niacinamide or calcium pantothenate. Yeah, so
Right.
This looks like you would probably want 2 or 3 ingredients at most. Right?
And if we're hydrating, how about if we just do water and maybe something else? And this is not a solution either. This is another example.
Well, technically it is from a chemistry standpoint, but go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, okay, you're cute. But so you wouldn't want to add this to your water because it's the same, once again, a whole big long list of things. And I see a lot of people doing that, but they say to me, understandably, yeah, but Sheree, water tastes like nothing.
Right.
And so the solution is, well, then let's jazz up our water a little bit without jacking up our water.
And frankly, I'm one of those people. I plain water to me, and you know that.
Right.
I don't. So you've got some ideas to not make it so plain.
I do.
Today.
And these are really simple. And I made these for you last night. I let them basically kind of tincture in the refrigerator overnight. But it really only take 2 hours. I'm going to start you off with, since we're getting into warm weather, the meteorologist said, a nice blend of watermelon and basil.
And basil.
That's all there is.
Chuck Rennis from Rennis Greenhouse brought us some basil yesterday. It's getting to be about that time. You could grow it yourself, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And at certain times of the year, it's abundant, so you wonder what to do with it.
Oh,
isn't that great?
that is great.
It's refreshing. It's wonderful. And when you're done with it, you can take the basil out and use it in a recipe. It's still perfectly fine. And eat the watermelon.
You know, and watermelon to me, as a fat guy, is one of those things. I can eat that, and I'm full for a while. I mean, that's good stuff. That's really good.
And you know it's hydrating you because after you eat a lot of watermelon, you've got to run to the bathroom and there you have it.
Yeah,
so that's a good thing.
And you know,
Yes, exactly.
Very filling. This has an unusual look to it. I couldn't guess what it was before the segment.
Go ahead and take a big knockback on that. It's very simple. That's one ingredient.
Is it? Water in this?
Water and...
I don't know. It's really sweet.
It's raisins.
Is it really?
Yes, exactly. And that's all I did to it.
They're becoming grapes again, Lou.
You could sprinkle some cinnamon in there. You could add a vanilla stick. You could put some pie spice in there, like apple pie spice, and have an apple pie kind of a flavor. But here's the other thing. You know I don't let anything go to waste.
Right.
You can take those raisins out, put them in your oatmeal in the morning, and we're doing a double hydration thing here because these have been reconstituted now.
Right.
Raisins are real dry. If you look, those are nice and fat and plump and wonderful.
Yeah, they're marble sized, yeah.
Yeah, and isn't this great? It's so sweet.
My kids would like that. I mean, it's really, really good.
And you could, if you want kids, a lot of times kids like fizzy things. They like soda pop. So what we could do is instead of using tap water, go with a carbonated water.
Okay.
Now, I suggest you don't get all of your hydration from carbonated water. I would really rather see you do some still water or flat water, but know that that's an option if you're like, hey, I need something a little bit jazzier than just the tap water routine.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now
Finally.
Let's take a quick look here at a lemon, and there's another fragrance in there that maybe you'll pick up and maybe you won't, I don't know.
I can't place it, but it's really good.
It's the color of your shirt. It's lavender.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah. So lavender is one of those things, again, that people grow organically during the summertime, and there's an abundance of it. We don't know what we're going to do with it. It's really nice. It smells good, but what do we do with it now? That's another option.
These were all really, really good. I mean, I would drink these because I like them, not because, well, I got to hydrate. I mean, they're very good.
Exactly. Now, if you get a combo that you're not all crazy about, like lemon, and I used Meyer lemons, which are a sweeter lemon than a conventional one, but if it's not sweet enough for you, you could add a little bit of stevia. This is simply an alcohol-free. There's not a flavor regarded with that in connection with that one.
And most health food stores and sections seem to have this.
They do, yeah. And this is a brand that I like because it's not, it doesn't have that, sometimes there's an aftertaste to stevia. So find a brand that you like. This is a brand that I personally like. There may be one that you prefer. There's liquid versions, there's powdered versions and whatever, but they all add a little touch of sweetness. And remember with stevia, a little goes a long, long way.
And that's the good thing about it, because you're probably going to look at this in the store and go, man, that's not cheap, but it's going to last a long time.
It does last a very long time. Yeah. Another thing that you could do to ramp up flavor that doesn't add sweetness is to use an essential oil. So there's lemon and cinnamon and orange and all kinds of flavors. We can add chia to any of them, and you've probably seen in the stores now they have those beverages that have the chia seeds already in there.
Those are great.
They're wonderful, and they keep the hydration in. Do it yourself. It's a lot cheaper. You don't have to spend $3 or $4 on the bottle. You just put in a little teaspoon in there, and it'd be great.
And you have to let it soak a while, right?
You do let it soak for a while, yep. And if you do chia in anything, you're going to want to make sure that you add extra hydration, because the chia seeds puff up, and if you're not fully hydrated, it will dehydrate you even more.
Ah, okay. You want to make sure you get enough.
Yep.
And finally, you brought Newton's apple here.
I brought Newton's apple to remind you that in addition to drinking our hydration, we get it from our food. So eat whole, fresh foods, including plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables, preferably raw if you want the hydration from those. And if you're eating things that are dry, like chips and crackers and pretzels and beer types of food, then you're going to want to make sure that you alternate with your beer drinking a little bit of water. And that would be my advice to you today.
Great idea. I got to say, of the three, I like the watermelon and basil the best. I'm definitely going to do that. Sheree, thank you so much as always. And where can folks find out more information?
The best place to go is www.fork-road.com, and stay tuned for season 3 of Fork in the Road with Sheree Clark.
Ah, cool. All right, we will do that. Thank you so much as always for being here. We've got much more. Look at your weather forecast, which contains some good news. You can maybe start at least tilling the garden here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah.
As great day rolls on, stay tuned.